welcome to our 2022 Wildwood Lodge 353 FLFB. Starting right in the back corner here, you get your power cord. So as you pop that box open, you're going to find a little metal tab down in the bottom corner there, lines up with this tab there. You're going to press those in together, give it a little 1/8 turn, and that'll lock it into place. And then you get the threaded collar in the back there to really lock it down. Following the cord back, you're going to find a standard 50 amp end there. Some campsites will have that, some won't, so we do provide you with this adapter here. So if you have the 50, of course, plug straight on in. Otherwise, you do get the adapter here, so you can take that 50 down to a 30. Most campsites will have that. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. And we do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home or to a standard household outlet, you got the power to do so for the purpose of charging your batteries or running the trailer. In this corner, as well as in each corner of the trailer, you got these stabilizer jacks here. So what they do is they just run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce this way that you may have in the unit. Up from there, we get your rear storage compartment. So as you open that up, just get the little magnetic latch, holds it open. On the left side here, you get your water hose. Inside of that water hose, you'll find that park adapter. So your 30 amp cord into there, 15 to a standard outlet. Inside of here, you'll also find your sewer hose. So because the unit doesn't have a dedicated bumper, we don't really have anywhere to store it. So we just got that right in here in the box for you. And then right on the side, you get this little jack there. That's just for running all of your stabilizers. This compartment also accessible from inside of the unit underneath the bed. Kind of down from there, we get your sewer system. So as you press on that cap, you can kind of turn it and pull it out of there. Just take note of those those 4 ears there. You'll have the same set of ears in your sewer hose adapter, so it'll attach the same way. You're just pressing it in, turning it until it clicks in. On the left, you get a gray valve. On the right, you get a black. So that black valve is controlling your black tank. Black tank is going to be filled from your toilet. So it's of course going to be your dirtiest water. So when you're dumping your tanks, you'll dump that first. Once that's done, you can then come to the gray. Gray tank's going to be filled from your sinks as well as your showers. So we'll dump that last just to help keep that hose as clean as possible. Kind of up from there, you get a black tank flush. So you may notice over time, after having gone and dumped in your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically, it's just some debris inside of that tank hanging between the probes causing that misread. So what you're going to do is just take your water hose and plug it into there, turn on the water. It'll just kind of flush out that tank, getting rid of any sort of debris that could be causing that issue. Another couple of steps forward right in front of the axle, and we get your freshwater tank drain. It's the same sort of style there. You just get your gate valve, you just pull that open, allows the freshwater tank to drain itself out. Filling it up is just on the other side of the unit. Around the front of the unit, and right kind of down underneath and up on the frame, you get that little white key there, and that white box with the red key in it. So that key pointed down as it currently is, that's your battery then turned off. If you turn it clockwise and have it click up into place, that's your battery then connected. So for storage purposes, you want that of course disconnected. Any other time, you're just going to want that turned on. Your battery itself is housed inside of this box right here, so as long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. These 2 knobs right there, if you loosen those off and push them back, you get access to your propane valves, so you can just open them up and you're good to go. For the video, I'll just pull this right off. Then we can show you your changeover in the back there. So you see it's currently green, just letting us know we've got propane in the system. The arrow pointing over to this tank. So if it were to go red while you've got that tank open, it's just letting you know that tank's now empty. At that point, you just close it off, flip the changeover over to the other side, open up that tank and run off of that while you get the other one filled. In front is just a standard tongue jack, one way's up, the other way's down. Around the other side of the unit, we get your patio entrance, so we'll be using that in a minute here. A couple of steps back, you get an exterior speaker, another one just back a bit more. Up from there, we get your stove vent, so of course propane stove is putting off fumes whenever you're using it, so you just want to make sure this flap here is opened up, allowing fumes to make their way out. Down from there, you get the exhaust for your furnace, so if you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Power outlet, as well as a cable and satellite outlet, so if you're looking to have TV outside, you got the power to do so. Right by those, we get your exterior shower, so you'll get a little key just like this guy here. Stick it on into there, open it up, and you get hot and cold water, standard head and hose, so if the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he goes inside. Once you're done, just locking it back down with the same key. Right. Down underneath that is a freshwater tank fill, so you're just going to pop that cap out of there, your water hose will stick into there, turn on the water, and that fills up your freshwater tank. We showed you the drain on the other side, right underneath the unit. If we kind of reach up, you get a couple of low point drains, so basically you just get a couple of valves there. You can open those up, allows the water system to drain itself out. Purpose of that would be if you're just leaving the unit for a while and you don't want your water going stale or stagnant, you can just drain it all out before you go. Or before winterizing the unit, you just want to get all the water out before pumping antifreeze through. Your hot water tank here, so you get that keyway, you're just going to line that up and you can pop it on open. Control for turning it on with electricity is just right down there. You turn on that switch, fires it up with electricity. Turning it on with propane is just a switch inside of the unit. So once we get there, we'll go over a reset procedure, and the button that I'll refer to is just right here. Before turning it on with either source though, we just want to hit that relief valve right there. Make sure that shot of water comes out. That bit of water coming out of there is just letting us know that tank is full. It's safe to fire it up, and you're not going to burn anything out by doing so. A couple of posts in the bottom, you line those up, and then you can press it back into place, lock it down with the keyway. Then towards the back of the unit, you just get your rear entrance here, just leads you into the back bedroom. Then the steps, both front and rear, you're grabbing the handle, pull it out, flip that last step over. Another low point drain right in the back there. And then right around the corner we get your city water connection. So pop the cap out, the water hose, plug it into there, turn on the water, pressurizes the lines throughout the unit. And then in the center, we get your cable and satellite inlet. It's just a coax cable plug into the respective ports, fires up at your TV location. So now we'll make our way inside of the unit. We'll go in that patio entrance. So your assist handle just up 90 degrees and it falls into place. Then you can open up your screen door. And then we're gonna pull that handle straight out, flip that last step over, open up the screen door and make our way in. So first things first is right on the left to get your fire extinguisher. So that's standard, pull the pin, point and shoot. Kind of straight up from there. We get your monitor panel here. So we'll start with ceiling light. You turn that on, turns on this dimmer switch right there. If you press that, it'll turn on all your ceiling lights. If you press and hold that, it'll dim them all down. Continue pressing, they come back up. Releasing at any point just kind of leaves them where they were at. Big 120 volt switch beside it is for your ceiling fan. So you turn that on, turns on your ceiling fan. That ceiling fan has the little slider on the side here, as you can see. So it just chooses which way the air is going. Is it going up? Is it coming down? And then that chain is just your selection for speed. Up above that, light switch on the left there turns on your outside speakers. So you get little blue lights inside of your outside speakers here. Light switch on the top right there, you turn that on, turns on your awning light outside here. Your awning itself is on this switch up top. Press and hold extend and that awning will make its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're going to see a little white flap come down as well as the black of the metal tube. Once you see that, you're going to want to stop. If you were to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric will then be underneath your tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. So there's our flap there, and there's the tube, so we'll stop right there. Right, now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water anyways, so what you can do is grab your arm front or rear, just pull straight down on it. Then you can see that changes the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. So if you like that angle better, it does give you more shade. You can do the same thing with the arm in the back. Before you bring it back in though, you want to make sure those are back out straight and fully extended, just so we're not running the risk of bending them. Then we can press and hold to retract. The awning will make its way back in. Again, you're just watching to make sure that your fabric is over top of the tube. Another thing to keep in mind with your awning is once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, it is catching all that wind. So again, you just want to bring it back in so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. There we go. So your slide out, this main living room slide out is on this switch here. So press and hold out, and that slide will make its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, we're going to hear some clicks from the motors letting us know they've reached their stall. Up from there was the awning switch, and then center right there you've got your water heater switch. So as you turn that on, you get that little light there letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once that sequence is started, that light will go out. It'll try that 3 times. If after the 3rd try it hasn't fired up, at that point you'll be going and using that reset button that we'd shown you. So stood right here, you can hear the click of the igniter and the whir of the flame. We know that tank is good. On the left side you get your water pump, so as you turn that on, just turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh water tank to pressurize your lines. And then up top we get your monitor system, so you'll notice there's a lot of options here. All that we're really concerned with is black tank 1 and your gray. Black 2 and galley are not hooked up. So battery on the left there, as you can see, we're currently empty, right? There we go. Currently full, so I was just pressing the wrong one there. Currently full, so because we're charging, it's going to say full. As you unplug it, it should go down to 2/3, then as you use it up, it'll go to 1/3, then empty. Your fresh tank, as you fill that up, you go to 1/3, 2/3, and full. Black tank 1, same idea. Black tank 2 is not going to work. Gray tank is going to be your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and your shower, and then galley is just blank. Right around the corner from there, you get your antenna outlet right there. So turning that antenna on, you just hit that button there, turns on that green light, letting you know it is turned on. That will also help clear up your stereo signal. Right up above that is your cable and satellite inlet, and then, outlet, and then of course power outlet and a TV backer right here for it as well. Some storage up top. And then you could run all your cables right down through here, down underneath to whatever you needed. Inside of here, you'll also see right in the back that you are prepped for Wi-Fi. And you also get this binder here, has all of your owner's manuals, any keys, any remotes, anything like that for the unit, you'll find right in there. Your stereo, so the sound bar, so you got the power button there to turn it on. So you got volume controls on the right side there. It's got your down, up, and then mute. Zone 1 is the soundbar itself. Zone 2 is your outside set of speakers. You hit select, you can get through all of your settings. And then on the left side you get your seeks, your pause and play. Mode, you can cycle through all of that. And then power button there, of course, turn it back off. Down below that we get your fireplace. So on the right side there's a power button, turns it on. Center right you have that back flame color. In the middle you have that bottom illumination. Center left you have your temp, so low, high, and off. And then on the far left you get a timer of 30 minutes up to 9 hours. And kind of right on the other side of the entrance here you get your 2 recliners there. So you can see you just have the little pull tab on the side, kicks out the foot. Take note of their orientation right now, that you do need them set up like that whenever you have that slide out closed, just because it does contact them otherwise. So whenever you're moving that side, you want to make sure your chairs are set up just like this. Right above in the center there you get that one little light, as signified by the red latches there. This is an emergency exit. You pinch these guys in towards each other, slide it straight on up, and hop on out. You do get blinds up front here as well, so you just kind of pull them down. They are slow rise blinds throughout the unit, so wherever you leave them they just kind of stay there. Give them a little snap and then go back up. Open storage right across the front there, and then into the slide out. Your switches are right in the center here. So left does left and right does right. This is a fold out couch, so if you take the back cushions here, throw them off to the side, up and out with the base. Bring these legs out. Now the back half just folds on down. And there's your bed. Once you're done, you're just flipping that up. Pick up the base, fold the legs in, folds in half, falls into place. And then the Velcros just hold your cushions in place. Another emergency exit back there, pulling that slider towards the center of the unit, sliding that window open, hop on out. Same window back here, just the dinette there with all the travel straps for you. Your fridge, freezer up top, sorry you get the travel strap in it. So you just got to unthread that, pull it right out of there. And then you get your freezer up top and your fridge down below. This is of course a household style fridge, so it is 120 volt only. You do need to be plugged in for this fridge to be working. Little liquor cabinet up top, just the open storage there. And then over beside that you get more up top. So that plug-in of course is for your microwave. The microwave is pretty straightforward, just like home, other than it being massive, and with the addition of the little light in the bottom. So you get your little stove light there, hit it again, you can get them into half, and then a little vent here as well. So this is that fan that you want turned on with your flap outside opened up so that we're evacuating any sort of fumes from our stove. The bifold cover just flips on back, press the knob in over the little flame, hit it with the sparker, and it fires right up. On the far right side you get your stove, so we can open that up, press that in, turn it over to the little flame. Again, just hit it with the sparker. And once it clears all the air out of that propane line, she'll fire right up. good time to mention that the first time you go to use your propane system, especially if you've been away from the unit for a while, it will take a minute to fire everything up just because it's got to clear air out of those lines. Okay. So once you get that flame going, you just want to hold the knob in for another couple of seconds, then you can release and the flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature and she fires right up. Once you're done, you can turn it back down just to pilot and it'll hold just the pilot light for you. But if you're traveling or leaving the unit for a while, you just want to make sure it's right off. Switch on the right side here, you turn that up, turns on your knobs, turn it down and you get knobs as well as the stove. 2 light switches right there. If you do the one on the right, you get kind of all your bottom accents. Do the one on the left, you get your slide out accent. Right above the sink is a little light there. And of course hot and cold water, mobile head with the shower head feature there. The sink cover folds up. It is stainless, so if you got to put something hot on there, you can. A bit of storage down here. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself, once it comes time, hot water tank access is right back there. You get a couple of valves, you can flip those over for your winterizing. Corner, you get some more storage. And then you just have kind of your open space here. GFI protected outlets, a test on the bottom, reset on top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Storage space, more storage space, and then a small pantry space. Couple of drawers. And down below that, you'll find your LP detector. Propane's heavier than air, it sits on the floor. This guy detects it, starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Right around the corner from there, we get your your converter. Press the top and center and she pops on open. You get all of your breakers across the top there. Whenever a breaker breaks, it's gonna sit in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. And on the right side, we have all of our fuses. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Right beside that, we have your central vac. So super simple, you slide that up. I'll show you your hoses in a minute here. Just sticks on into there and you get your vacuum. Turning it on is just a switch down here. Super simple. And then down on the bottom here is kind of a dust pan eliminator. So as you kind of sweep up all of your dust and bring it over here, turn on the vacuum, it'll suck all that up for you. Straight up from there, you get a light switch, turns on your hallway light. Beside that, you get your thermostat. So you're gonna press that bottom bar there to wake it up, hit it again, and it'll come into fan low. Fan low will turn on the air conditioning fan on low and just move some air around. There's no cooling involved in that. Same idea in fan high, it's just the high fan moves some air around. Cool high will have the high fan on all the time. The cooling will come in and out as needed. Same idea with cool low. You get the low fan all the time, compressor in and out as needed. Cool low auto is where it becomes on demand, where both the compressor and the fan will cut in and out as needed, but it'll only use the low fan. Same idea in cool high, where you get your on-demand system, but only using the high fan. With the air conditioner going, you basically got 2 different options. You can have the louvers here closed, in which case we're using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air, or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want them open, cool off this area as quickly as possible, and then you can close them off and start moving the air throughout. Temperature selection at any point is just going to be with your arrows there. After cool high auto, you hit that bar again, it'll come out of cool, coming into heat. We'll turn off the air conditioner and turn on the furnace. Furnace will be moving its air through all of the floor registers as well as some of these black portals that you'll see up in the walls. After heat, if you hit that guy again, it'll come into off and then just cycles back around. Real quick with heat, once you run that a couple of times, the first couple of times you do run that furnace, you may get a bit of a smell throughout the unit. It's just a new furnace smell, it will go away. Straight up above our heads in the hallway here, we get your smoke alarm. There we go. And then into the bathroom here, light switch is right up on the wall. You'll find a toilet paper dispenser in the back corner there, so we just don't install that simply because location's personal preference. Hot and cold water at the sink. If you open up this compartment here, there's where you'd access your little vacuum back there as well as your water pump. So if you're looking to winterize the unit yourself, once it comes time, you do have a winterized kit installed there already. Into the shower, you get the nice stainless head and hose, so you do have kind of the different options at that shower head. Hot and cold water, of course. Travel electrics on the side. Slide that slider back, you can lift it up, pull it out of there, and just press it back in place. Clicks in. A little bit of storage in the back corner here, as well as down below. And for your toilet, just flip it on up and you get your flusher on the right side there. Up the wall from there we get your roof vent. So you're just going to turn that on, then you can press and hold open to open it up. Right. So if you have that off, you cannot open or close it. You just got to make sure it's turned on first. Right. Simple as that. And now into the back bedroom. So we should have come in through the outside, but I can fit, so just. So you have a switch over here, so you're going to press and hold out. That slide will make its way out. Works just the same as the one up front. We'll get some clicks once it starts reaching its stall. And there we have it. Light switch is right beside it there. The one on the right there does a little porch light right outside of the door, so you get a little amber light right up top. One on the left there does all your ceiling lights. And then up on the wall here, you're going to find a thermostat. So this guy works just the exact same as the one we just showed you, just with kind of the subtraction of heat, so it does not communicate with the furnace. What it would communicate with would be your air conditioner. So if you were to choose to have your second air conditioner installed, that's what that's the thermostat that would operate it. If we pick up the foot of your bed, you get access to that storage compartment. So that little green bag there has all of your vacuum hoses in it. And for your closet space, you got a travel strap up on the side there. Just pop that open, you can slide them on open. Same thing on the right side here. Little storage cubby, little closet space. And then you just have your 4 blank drawers across the bottom there. You do have a TV backer on the back wall, so you cable and satellite outlet for it, as well as a power outlet. And then into the bed, you got a little light switch, same sort of light on the other side there, so it is kind of a mobile kind of reading light. And then in the center, you got a center push button, turns on that light there, and then it's just wide open storage across the top. So that's about it for this unit. So if you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.